This conference will now be recorded.
Take English. Click on continue. So there is no much difference. Everything is same. Keyboard take default installation source local media. Take default local media and installation destination. You want to go for automatic partition or custom layout. That is up to you. Default is automatic. You want to go for custom, select custom. Select custom. Click on done. Click on done. Default is LVM. Select standard partition. Standard partition. Click on plus symbol. Slash boot. 200 GB. Add mount point. Plus symbol. Root. 5 GB. Add mount point. Slash ESR. 5 GB. Add mount point. Swap. 2 GB. Add mount point. Here the minimum partitions required. Click on done. Accept changes. Default file system is XFS. What is it? Installation destination error. Done.
బూట్ కి 200 MB వచ్చింది సార్.
Boot 200 MB is more than enough. Auto తీసుకోవాలి.
ఇట్లా చేసుకోవాలంటే స్లాష్ బూట్ ఈఎఫ్ఎస్ అనేది చూపిస్తుంది అది తీసుకోవాలి.
Slash boot standard partition XFS. EFA. EFA. Click on done.
స్లాష్ యూజర్ తీసుకుంటాం అది తీసుకోవాలి. అట్లా తీసుకుంటే రావాలి.
Okay, we'll see this tomorrow class, which we don't require for today class. Right, we already installed the CentOS 7. I told you that always select not listed. Always select not listed. Username root, password, give the password. So today topic is after installation, the first topic, disk management. In disk management, we are going to discuss how to create the partition, how to create the file system, how to format it, and how to use it. That is called disk management. I'll forward the document for that, Linux admin document. You go to the document. Generally, when you install the Windows operating system in your laptop or desktop, how to know that how many drives are created in your lab? How to know what drives are created in your lab? How to know that what drives are created in your lab?
Disk man.
Hmm?
Disk man.
Not disk management. Only drives.
This
This PC. This PC we can see all the drives. Like here, Linux we call df-h. What is df-h? It is same like your this PC, my computer. The first command run df-h. What is df-h? To list all the file systems. Unix we call file systems. What do you call Windows? What do you call in Windows? Windows we call drive. Windows we call the drive. Unix we call as a file system. What is df-h? It is like a this PC where we can see all the drives. So df-h to list all the file systems. df-h to see all the file systems. How to see the drive usage in Windows? Drive usage. Usage of the drive. Same my computer, right? Right click on C drive. That give the free space, how much it is used, how much free space left. Every drive you have to right click on the properties, right? Here also same df-h to see the file system usage. It also to see the file system usage. df-h to see the all the file systems and the file system usage. We can say that disk usage, file system usage or disk usage both are same. Now run this command df-h. Just a minute. Now run df-h. What is the meaning of SDA1? What SDA stands? First disk. SDA1 stands first partition in the first disk. SDA2 stands second partition in the first disk. SDA3 third partition in the first disk. Right? At the time of installation, what we have created root /usr and /boot. These are the partitions we created at the time of installation. What is the file system size? Means drive size 4.9 GB for root, 5.9 GB for USR, and 197 that is /boot. How much it is used? What is the availability free space? This is the output of df-h. File system usage. How much free space left? How much it is used? Okay. So this is the output of df-h. The next command is fdisk-l. In Windows, in your lab, how to know that how many disks are connected to your laptop? How many hard drives are connected to your laptop? You have laptop, right? How many hard disks you have? One laptop. One hard disk. They're given 2 hard disks, right?
Yes, sir. By
2 hard disks or 1 hard disk?
one.
Only 1. Did you check it?
Yes, sir. By
By using disk management. How to check you have only 1 hard disk? Go to disk management. This PC. Right click on this. Go to manage. Here we have disk management. In disk management, we can see how many hard drives are connected to your server, either laptop or desktop or a server. Disk 0 stands first disk. Disk 1 stands second disk. I have 2 hard disks, disk 0 and disk 1. If we have more than one, disk 0, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, disk 4 and so on. The real time the servers are connected to more than one hard disk, more than one storage. They will see all the hard disk, available disk which are connected to your server in disk management, right? Like in Linux, what is the command for this? fdisk-l. What is fdisk-l? To list all the disks and all the partitions. Partitions here means what? File systems. File systems or partitions both are same. It is going to list all the disks and all the file systems which are available or which are connected. It is same like your disk management. In Microsoft we have disk management. Here fdisk-l. While practicing Linux, admin, you always practice by comparing with Windows so that you can easily understand. Let me connect to the server through PuTTY. What is my IP address? 140. I log in through PuTTY. Right. So what's the command? fdisk-l to see all the disks and all the partitions. Now can you tell how many disks are connected? Available disks. What are the available disks here? How many? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? 2 hard disks. Where it is showing? Only one, right? HDSD means what? HDM means only first disk. HDM stands what? First disk. What is second disk? HDB. HDB second disk. HDC third disk. Do you have HDB, HDC? No, right? Only one HDA. What the size? 21.5 GB. This is the size of the disk. If you have more than one, we can see all the disks HDA, HDB, HDC, HDD, all. And these are the partitions which are created in the first disk. What type of layout it is now? 3 primary, 1 extended, 2 primary, 1 extended, 1 primary, 1 extended.
3 primary, 1 extended.
3 primary, 1 extended. HDA1, HDA2, HDA3. These are called primary. What is HDA4 by default? I told you that HDA4 by default extended. What is the meaning of extended? What is the meaning of extended? Nothing but free
Unused
space, right?
memory.
Extend means what? Free space. So what are the free space left under extended? The free space we can use. HDA5. Is it a physical partition, logical partition? Logical partition. What are the partitions which are created under extended? This comes under logical. From HDA5 onwards, logical. Where the swap is created under extended means logical partition. That is the difference between DF-H and fdisk-n. In df-h we cannot see the extended. df-h we cannot see the swap partition. df-h only to see the file system usage, disk usage. fdisk-l we can see all the disk and all the file system. Tomorrow, if you have more than one, I want to see the partitions only in the first disk, then /dev/sda. You have more than one, you want to see the partitions only in the first disk. I don't want all. Then we have to use SDA. Sorry, fdisk-l SDA. It shows the partitions only in the first disk. You want to see the partitions in the second disk, SDB, SDC, SDD. But default is what? All. fdisk-l all the disks. Okay. Now the question is how to create the partitions or file system after installation. Creating the partitions or file systems after installation. Now the question is when the operating system is already installed, why do you want to create the partitions again? When Windows already installed, what the use of creating the drive later after installation? Why we need to create the drive in Windows after installation? What the use? Tomorrow you want to install, they're asking the real time, the real server, they're asking to install the database, Oracle database, SAP database. Is it recommended to install the database on the C drive? You might be having C drive sufficient space, 1 TB or more than 1 TB. Is it recommended to install the database in the C drive? Is it recommended? No, right? C drive should contain only operating system. Do not keep everything under C drive. That decreases your system booting performance. Another problem is C drive is corrupted. Operating system is corrupted. The whole data will be lost. So why we have to get the drive in real time? To install some databases or application. Do not keep everything under C drive. Get a separate drive for that. For third-party software or any database or applications, get a separate drive. Then store the database, install the database in a separate drive. Likewise, here also we have to create a separate partition. Do not install everything under root directory. Windows we call C drive, Unix we call what? Root partition. Windows we call C drive, Unix we call root partition. Do not keep everything under root partition. That decreases my system booting performance. For example, tomorrow somebody asks you to install the database. You are the Linux administrator. For that, we are creating one directory called auradb. auradb is the name of the directory for installation of my database. You can name as you wish. Let us say auradb. Now cd auradb and install the database. Okay. Now you tell where this database is installed. auradb, right? Where the auradb is under root. That means where the database is installed under root. The root file system is 100% full. Here 5% full, right? Root file system is 100% full. The application database will not work because of no free space under root. We can't increase the root partition size. We can't increase the root partition size. So it is not recommended to keep the data under root. We have to create a separate partition for that. That is what we are discussing, how to create the file system later after installation. So what are the steps you have to follow? First run the command fdisk/dev/sda. What is the meaning of SDA? I am creating the file system in the first disk. We are creating the file systems in the first disk. If there is no free space in the first disk, you want to create the file system in the second disk, then what you need to specify here? SDB. Create the file system in the second disk. SDC. Create the file system in the third disk. We don't have second and third, only first disk. So run the command fdisk/dev/sda. P for print. P for print. P for print. Print the partition table. P stands print the partition table. P stands print the partition table. It is showing that SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, SDA4, SDA5, 3 primary, 1 extended. Now you want to create the new file system, N for new. Press N for creating new file system. N for creating new file system. N for creating a new file system. First setup always take default. Default means what? Press enter. First setup take default. Default means first press enter. Default. Press enter. That is called default. It asks for the last setup. Last setup you have to specify the size. For this database I required 100 GB, 100 capital G. It is going to create 100 GB. 100 capital M, 100 MB, 100 K, K for KB, M for MB, G for GB. But right now we don't have 100 GB. I'm going to create only 1 GB. So you have to give the plus symbol, plus 1 capital G. Plus is mandatory, plus 1 GB. It's going to get file system with 1 GB. You want 100 GB plus 100 G, get 100 GB. To create the file system according to your requirement. But we need to specify the plus symbol. So first option, first setter take default, press enter, plus 1 GB. A file system is created with 1 GB. You want to see that? Again P for print. P for print. Type P for print. A file system is created. What is that? SDA6. What is the file system name? SDA6. Linux. Okay. Same procedure. N for new. Take default. Another file system with 2 GB. P for print. So we have created 2 file systems. You want to repeat? You can repeat it. In place of 1 GB, create 2 GB. So I created 2 file system. One is 1 GB, the one is 2 GB. P for print. Like this, we can create a number of file systems after installation. Depends upon the free space. Whatever changes you made here, these changes are in the RAM. Write the changes from RAM to hard disk WQ. Write the changes from RAM to hard disk WQ. WQ stands write and quit or save and quit. Write the changes from RAM to disk. WQ stands write and quit or save and quit. So type WQ, write and quit. What is the warning message? The kernel still uses old table. The new table will be used in the next reboot. We create the file system with what command? Fdisk command, right? We create the file system with Fdisk command. Yesterday we discussed the limitations of Fdisk command. What is that? Whenever we create the file system, or modify the file system, delete the file system, every time we need to reboot the server. That is what is asking. You create the file system with Fdisk command to update the kernel, reboot the server. right? If I reboot it, it is going to update the kernel. But how do we come to know that? How do we come to know that the kernel is updated or not? You want to check it before you reboot. You want to check it. You can check by using command cat /proc/partition. This is the command to check that. This is the command to check that whether you require reboot or not. To check the file systems updated or not, check the file cat. You know cat command, right? To see the file information /proc/partition. Partitions is the name of the file. You want to see the data in the file, cat command. Now, when I run this command, it is showing that SDA1, SDA2, SDA3, SDA5. It is showing SDA6, SDA7, which I created. Let us check fdisk -l to see all partitions, right? You have created SDA6, SDA7. It is showing here. No, right? Why? Because the kernel is not updated. Kernel means operating system is not updated. When the kernel get update, if I reboot it, if I reboot the server, kernel will update. Update the kernel nothing but we are updating the partitions file. Both are same. After rebooting, it updates the partitions file. For database server, production server, application server, in the real time we never reboot. If I reboot it, downtime to my application, downtime to the end user. The database production server, when I reboot it, it will take 1 hour, 2 hours to update the system. So 1 to 2 hours downtime to my application. So how to avoid rebooting? There's a command called partprobe. Partprobe/sda. What this command does, it updates the kernel without rebooting. To update the kernel without reboot. Run the command partprobe/sda. So reboot is not required now. It will update the kernel without rebooting the server. You want to check it? Now run the command same cat/proc/partition. You can check the file partitions file. Now run cat/proc/partition. You see SDA6, SDA7 is updated. So in the real time, we never reboot the servers. Update the kernel by using partprobe. Next. So like this is how to create the file system later after installation. After the drive is created in Microsoft, what next? Can I use the drive directly? You create the drive with 10 GB or 20 GB. Can we use the drive directly? No. Then what we need to do? We have to format it, right? Right click on the drive, format it. What exactly formatting we discussed last class? Convert the raw device into block device, right? So likewise, here also we have to format it. After the file system is created, we have to format it. What are the commands to format? The commands to format the file system. I can use mkfs command, mkfs command, mkfs command, format the file system under est2 format, under est2 format, mkfs dot mke2fs, mke2fs also does same thing, format into sorry, EST2. Like FAT16, FAT32 in Windows, here we have EST2. MKU2FS also does the same thing, EST2 format. MKFS.EST2, it also does the same thing. MKFS.EST3, it is going to format the file system under EST3 format. .EST3 format. .EST4 format into EST4 format. .XFS format it into XFS format. Yesterday we discussed about EST2, EST3, EST4 and XFS. Never ever format with EST2, we discussed yesterday class. Because of no journal, so never format the file system under EST2. You can format with EST3 or EST4 or XFS. But when you are doing the practicals, you can format with EST2. I'm talking about the real service. In the real service, never format with EST2. Right? Now, how to check that what are the partitions file system we have created? fdisk-l, fdisk-l to see all the file systems. So as of now, SDS6, SDS7, I just created, I didn't format it. How to format? mkfs // SDS6. How to format the file system? mkfs / SDS6. Under mkfs.est4 / SDS7. Now you tell this command format the file system under which format? Default is what? EST2 format. It is going to format with EST4 format. You want XFS, mkfs.xfs. You can use as you wish. Right. So mkfs / SDS6, I format with mkfs, mkfs.est4 or .xfs or est4 / SDS7. Right. How do we come to know that SDS6, SDS7, what type of format? What type of format? The command is blkit. To see the Type of file system format. The command is blk id. blk id to see all the file systems and the type of format. Is it EST2 or EST3 or EST4 or XFS? By using blk id. Now run this blk id. SDA1, SDA2, SDA3 which are created at the time of installation. At the time of installation default is XFS. SDA6 I formatted with EST2. SDA7 I formatted with EST4. Okay. So this is how to create the file system, how to format the file. How to access this file system, that we'll discuss in tomorrow class. Any questions till here?
Format అంటే erase చేస్తాం.
Hmm?
Erase కదా సార్ ఇంకా? అంటే అడుగుతున్నారు, data erase.
Format అంటే ఏం చెప్పాను? Format nothing but converting raw device to block device. Raw device means physical block. What is the physical block size? 512 bytes. Raw device means logical block. Raw device to block device. Block device means logical block. What the default logical block size? 4 KB. మీరు అటెండ్ అవ్వలేదు ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్? అటెండ్ కాలేదు. వీడియో షేర్ చేసే కదా డ్రైవ్ దాంట్లో చూడండి. Okay guys, tomorrow we'll see how to use this file system, how to access it. That is tomorrow class. Join same link tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.